one they're very confident on the T side. They made a name on these A attacks. Here's where they'll kick it off on the pistol. Ropz will know.
All right, we're wasting no time to fire out. Utility over top. Little delay, then off the flash, they pop Ropz into the corner, backs turn to him. It's a slaughter for the first three. Small answer back out of EME. Still a couple bodies to defend this, and already we get Vitality swarming that site. You want to talk about preparation? Oh, they look ready. And props to them, because obviously they ran with that win streak for a little while. NAVI this is, after the major, exceeding expectations to continue to lift some trophies. If your motivation then fell off, I'm sure an entire season of dropping the ball like NAVI have, you should be ready to kick it up a notch.
I'm ready for everything because, oh, we saw that.
There it is. Oh, there they are.
Be ready for everything.
Oh! Not one, not two, but three Deeks. Off a man disadvantage at that. Flamesy's going to keep his head down. Him and Mezzi could still damn well bring it back. It's not for JL. You want to see that NAVI magic today? Round 2 of map 1 is a swift reminder, because we haven't seen the JL triple Deeks all season long. And that is why your expectations for NAVI versus Vitality may be set low. That's why the odds are in the favor of the guys who won't stop winning. Mezzi trying to bring it all back. Vitality, yeah!
He saved it.
You thought they'd bend a knee? You thought it'd be that easy.
Yeah, I did actually.
Few Desert Eagles, and it's sick stuff.
But they were still ready to buy on this round.
I mean, you could beat yourself up for not being able to close that.
Here's the key part, fighting on the side of stairs when they take these A ramp fights. This is what NAVI are so good at doing. Let's see if Vitality can counter.
Fast move from the MP9 of Flamesy, tucking into sight, only player within it. He's got ZywOo and Apex just on the other side of smoke, trying to give him that supportive util, but remember the utility was low. There's that last flash. Last piece to try to get Flamesy into the action. JL, off angle, catches the sole defender well, and ZywOo's gonna eat that grenade for 40 damage. So we were already talking about economic woes here for Vitality. If you're gonna get this retake at a man disadvantage, it is with 0 utility. Some kind of Hail Mary moment from Ropz trying to be set up. Spam doesn't find any damage, so it's deep positioning from NAVI, both on ramp and the jungle, and Wonderful's going to extend that. Sure, you didn't close the last round, but absolutely making the most of it here in the first gun round. NAVI find their first round early.
Wow, that's so classically NAVI. You love to see that here on Mirage. They go right back to these A plays. And like you mentioned, oh, they're even catching these exit frags, and these are guys who have the guns they want for the rifle rounds. I want to say, awkward scaling is a good way to define NAVI. It's so characteristic of them.
Of all sorts.
They're better at everything. That's just the facts.
So they have been.
Okay, but look who they're running into. And again, it's not like it's a hard read necessarily. Vitality know that NAVI, this is a comfort zone for them. We got 4 players near A.
This time not just Flamesy, ZywOo's up. Peeks out, misses a shot. Misses 2 shots, ZywOo. He's got Flamesy to work with.
He got a blind flick.
And that just a little bit of time is all he needs. Finds Pit on the exit. Ropz is then into the action, playing off from the ticket booth, and Flamesy this entire time just trying to serve up a distraction, but a little weird there going up the ladder, giving this opening right back over to NAVI. So they're going to find their plant down on default. Still a fight here for EME while that pressure is trying to be applied, but with a Fomus and a 5-7. Oh, I don't think so.
Excellent trades. How'd they pull that back? We've got no cat player here from Mezzi. They had vision on mid just a few minutes ago. Ropz got a clue. Oh, lots of pressure on Mezzi.
Gives himself a smoke, doesn't go for any kind of reposition.
Oh, interesting move.
Yeah, very sneaky. Then he slides out. It's going to completely catch him off guard. Good amount of damage as well for Mezzi. And I'd say a key distraction, too, to get Ropz out from market. He'll try to find his point of contact. A little more damage lined up. Ropz, oh, there's a team kill sprinkled in here right before Wonderful dies. He unfortunately shoots JL in the back of the head. And Robin, down to 49 health, has a very wounded NAVI separated with bomb in between them.
Teammates coming in slow, but who needs help if you're Ropz?
AlexiB a little late to this one, but still just 2 more players to take out of it. Trying to climb out from the window, trying to fake as if he's dropped. Try to catch them off with an angle, and they are on the move. These are the hard hitters of Vitality.
Oh, AlexiB's bait has worked.
Yep. Oh, they've kind of lost track of him, but he hasn't made another move. AlexiB just sits here so long as the CTs sink in deep. We go down to 25 seconds. They have confirmation. Bomb still sits there. And so AlexiB's just kind of frazzling them, playing mind games, as he does.
What a great round from Ropz. He's the best in the biz at what he does.
Very quiet approach this time. Wonderful with a chance to have caught somebody in connector. ZywOo's going to be presented a couple of targets, and the trade's good, but it is also from Apex. Then the chair player dropped. Ropz gets active off. Catwalk walks in on that action, as does Bit within A site. We go back and forth. Fast game of tug of war. Both sides of the map compromised, and Wonderful's going to get the fadeaway. Now the weird thing is Bomb is in the possession of Vitality here. Sitting inside bottom connector where the first trades went down. Ooh. Bit shows a little skin, comes back at it from the bomb site. Now he's been dropped down to 24 health, but he's trying to get Wonderful back in as they continue to drop him. He brings one with him.
That is so key. We're in a one-on-one now. Wonderful's hit some great shots this game. He's on and off. He had that fantastic move tracking Apex, I think, coming to the top of mid. Mezzi has to make a game time decision. He doesn't have a great gun, but to be honest, doesn't matter about the weapons right now. It's a little more scary for Wonderful, who has to scale with this op.
Has to scale with this op and cannot afford to miss the shot.
It really comes down. He has time to pick either bomb site, and Mezzi, he's believing it's going to be A, but
just missed it.
Just missed him.
Wonderful trying to get away from this. We go down to 15 seconds, and that B bomb site looking prime for the taking.
And if Mezzi doesn't go back to CT spawn, he's not going to see this. Wonderful has made the golden move.
At the very least, Mezzi still working with a kit. Mezzi, though, on this road through the corpses, doesn't actually pick up any guns. He wants to go straight into the bomb site. He wants to try to catch him with tempo. That was the one shot. The first shot that Mezzi gets past. He's not going to dodge the second one. Huge reposition here from Wonderful.
What a clutch. And also, how well supported was he by Bit?
And as Vitality peel away from middle just before Navi arrive in full force, they'll set up in connector instead. Again, contact shown over by AlexiB. Just trying to threaten that B site. He takes a ton of damage. Window being watched by Apex. Imez not going to get away with it. Ropz collects the kill towards B, and FlameZ and ZywOo combine to hold off connector. So now we're starting to see this full force Vitality yet again. Bit's found success out from Palace in the past, but not this round. ZywOo climbs up to drop him. This is the most convincing CT rifle round we've had from Vitality yet.
Yeah, and you can see with the op and the bomb in the backdrop, waiting to see where the leads will take Navi. And to be honest, if you look at the last round, the one before that, Vitality have to tell themselves, we've generated really good starts. I mean, staging has been solid. There's nothing bad about that. Mentally, they should feel good about what they've done. They're probably just numerically a little frustrated about how Navi have got back into this game. So,
luckily, we've still got 2.5 more days of action. But speak of action, op climb into catwalk. ZywOo tries to get away with a slick move instead of fast-moving Navi. And in total contrast to the round prior where Wonderful was a lone top mid, you've already got Navi players up through connector, trying to combine again with this Bit JL walkout. FlameZ's got a lot of pressure on him, and he has not been performing. He has not recovered since that awkward ladder kill, and this A site goes down with nothing until the jungle players come out with 2. This is Email on a tear. A triple kill through middle, extended up connector, back into the action. Quad kill for Email, taking rounds by force.
Check that from the third person. Crouches, slides out into a spray transfer, Connor. We need to watch that.
Fast moves from Bit. Again, a little electricity here from Navi to at least just take a glimpse. There's not much behind him. ZywOo's going to get away with that opening kill in middle this time.
Yeah, pretty brave move, right? He almost tries the same thing, gets over to Cat this time. Takes one out on Delpan.
Imez slipping through. It's FlameZ trying to take up connector, dropping the smoke deep. He'll win his duel. Second kill of the map from FlameZ.
Important you pointed that out, right? How many 50-50s has he lost, essentially, in this map?
It's interesting to see Ropz take up his position underneath balcony. FlameZ on the move right now. Chucking it back around through CT spawn. And so Navi in this kind of a position, it's a 3v5, couple rounds left. You got enough money in the back pocket to get something in the next. Let's just keep it simple. Let's hit this site with enough utility. Problem is no smokes whatsoever for Navi, so you're gonna have to burn players out of position. And with all the Molotovs, still none of them find Ropz.
Excellent flash.
Yeah, that's what they needed. We've seen FlameZ come up short because of a lack of util. Now double molly sent in for Ropz once he gives up his position. And so a 2v5 between AlexiB and JL. And JL's now down. It's all on the in-game leader. Nade misses. That's fine, because he at least kills Apex, and he picks up the other frag. This guy is the Grenadier. And now a couple of kills into this huge clutch. AlexiB just keeps pulling these things out of who knows what. CTs give him a little space. They're banking on that op shot from ZywOo. But 2 kills into this clutch. And you know AlexiB is now starting to get into the back of their heads. So Vitality, give him the space to plant, soften him up with util. What goes around comes around, and he will look for them, but ZywOo gives no chance over. They've got him zoned in, stuck in, and dealt with. Vitality trying to tie up on this half.
All you can do is smile in that position.
Consecutive rounds.
Yeah, you just never want to see him get timid. That's been a huge change for him, for sure.
But this time, the scaling up catwalk is really going to take the test into the B site. Ropz with the off angle, try to catch him off guard as the approach comes through. Him and Mezzi gonna combine for 2 kills originally. Mezzi is pinned into this corner, trying to fight his way out. Beautiful adjustment. Woo. And Apex is gonna find the follow-up on AlexiB. So we've got wonderful Desert Eagle in hand, Galil on his back, but down to 1/3 of his health. And the utility just keeps raining in. Vitality, who could barely string rounds together, tie this half at 6.
We've got X Factor in clutch situations. Vitality know they have their work cut out for them a little bit, but they made a bounce back.
Berettas to press up against the ramp, in with the flashbang, and it's insta-kills for Bit.
Never forgetting.
Sweet, sweet headshots with the bomb dropped in the process. Could not have asked for a better start to a much-needed pistol.
The visualization right there was perfect. You knew who was going to get flashed and who was going to try to trade. And it almost felt like he took a half second just to wait for that peek, even though he could have escaped. Leave it to Bit to impress with the crosshair placement. He hasn't lost since he did that, Chant.
He's got a smoke grenade, and he's got FlameZ and Ropz to work with, so they're just going to try to bound their way through the B site. Can't escape these Berettas, though. Now in the hands of Wonderful. AlexiB is going to pop 2 heads, and so Ropz into a clutch. Round 13 could be his, if not for the sheer numbers out of NAVI. So kicked off by Bit over towards that A site. Perfectly timed flashbang and execution, and if that's not game plan, then I don't know what is.
Very clear idea coming out here. And the CT's going in the wrong direction.
Yeah, bomb in the middle of it. Bit shaves off the front runner.
Oh, such an important kill.
Oh, nice headshot from ZywOo. A second onto AlexiB even. And then they crack it open. ZywOo's starting to find his form. Starting to find a moment here. You got a glimpse of it in the last round as he kicked it off with the Glock. Ropz is going to get a set of helping hands into that A site, and there was so little contest for the ramp and the Palace player to walk out to join forces with Khan. Yes, Khan had to go well, but ZywOo was in the middle of that pack, and he is not going to stop missing. ZywOo, quad kill, starting to take over for the T side when they need a hero.
Dupree just talked about it on the desk, and he's the guy, he's very few players. But if they go full retake, it's going to be very hard here for NAVI. Let's see if they can get some spams down through the smoke. No right side smokes have come out just yet.
Taking their time with it. Here comes the volley. JL gets a bit of vision first. Smokes come out. Wonderful gets the one. There's a huge gap in this. Kills are going back and forth. Bit's allowed to pick up from Ticket. What is this round out of Vitality? Smokes are junk and no cover. You put Ropz into a 1 versus 3.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That is messy CS.
Yeah, that is
not the caliber of round that has gotten Vitality to this sort of a win streak.
Yeah, you can leave stairs open. Round 17 put a pin in it. Could they afford to miss in that moment? Because if they didn't, they had a really good exec coming in. But they still got another try. Great guns here.
Trades,
and
not there.
All of a sudden.
Waiting for that 3rd kill. Bit's able to get the better of him off top. Ticket, reposition, catches Ropz. Nade just thrown out, didn't have a gun in hand. So even though the first 2 A defenders go down empty-handed, at least there's a recovery. And now Mezzi trying to make up for it to work with ZywOo.
ZywOo's taking some damage. He's here in connector. There's no one on cat coming around, but they don't know they can plant.
Last 2 Vitality players to play in tandem. Flash is going to be perfect to blind AlexiB, to stun him for a second. His incendiary goes a bit too far. ZywOo looking not to get caught off by timing, finds Wonderful trying to get away with it, and ZywOo wants that op. So he switches over. 16 kills to ZywOo throughout this map. AlexiB throws out his last piece of util just to get the spacing onto site, but he will remain fully exposed to Connector and ZywOo and that op, and eventually Mezzi can come out to help.
He needs a smoke.
When he chooses to. There is no utility for AlexiB to grab, and so bomb too far gone. He will catch the Mezzi frag, swap to the rifle, and Vitality bounce right back with 1 alive, tying the game at 9.
Yeah, Mezzi saves that on the trade to Bit. Bit, I gotta say, I love the moments that he's picking. I'm absolutely obsessed with how aggressive he's being after he's like passive hidden for 30, 40 seconds. All of a sudden, he takes this ticket peek, makes this round possible again.
It's going to be a tough round for Wonderful. No utility, M4 in hand, tucked into this position.
They just have so much fog of war. I mean, look at Bit. He's pushing his flanking window.
Like you said, they kind of gear up for it, and then it pops. And so FlameZ insta-kill, follows through. Apex's flash, the perfect assist.
You're not going to win like that.
And all the space in the world with this bottom connector smoke as well. It would have been vision on any other follow-up fights, but no additional bodies for Na'Vi beyond that util. And so Vitality are having a field day with this A site.
I'd love to know what the tack was about from Blade.
Sure.
Because to be honest, that was a pretty mellow-looking map. I think we had one peek in window, didn't see anything. Vitality did not do anything interesting to draw rotations. All they did was go back to an A site hit. And they found Na'Vi in some pretty normal spots.
Take a massive mistake here to even take a look at the site. Bomb way too far gone. ZywOo does not want Emet on a save. If you can bottom out the money here for Na'Vi, then it should be a smooth road to a finish on Mirage. And they're going to try to keep the pressure up. Emet not going down without a fight. He will hang on to that rifle. AK, oh no, never mind. Bomb radius got him, so they soften him up just enough.
And there's an op out there, right?
Na'Vi's defense starting to fail them. It's not like we've seen a massive change-up. But again, they're going to try to get a little more aggressive here. It's the same boost that Vitality wanted to start with last round. Oh, timing here from FlameZ just before the support arrived.
Got you again.
And again, it's double headshots. FlameZ knows.
Oh,
no
it's
bounds. Runs up through Con, rips them apart. Pressure on Bit, and he's the only one to stop FlameZ in this round. Apex has got the trade, and AlexiB clutch with an MP9 is a massive ask. Far too much for Na'Vi to survive. A fired up Vitality after that T-half. And there's no denying that Na'Vi came out swinging, but now they've got to take this fight to Nuke. And if they will truly attempt, Nuke is going to be the biggest test in this series for Na'Vi. Damning statistics coming out of Maui Snake as this one goes live. The beauty of that, though, is Brolin's stats yesterday were also dog shit. And they won that game, didn't they?
Yeah, that's true.
In-game leader who can call from the sidelines.
But he gets 0 kills, it's fair.
It's what Austin's been all about. So CT pistol could be valuable, and a 4v2 is an excellent way to kick it off. Here's the recovery. Mezzi, Berettas.
Excellent.
Into main. Just like that, we're back into the even keel. Fast swing. Bit right into the action. And his Berettas sing as well. So we've got Na'Vi to start the CT side with a pistol. Question around whether AlexiB gets help as it'll be needed. Pressure outside right now. Ropz just going to give up some positioning in lobby. Here's the rumblings of this kind of an aggressive state out of Na'Vi, who also chucked fire down in front of Apex. Won't stop him. They put out the flames. They turned back at AlexiB, and he was softened up as he ejected out through main. Bit fast into the action. Can't control them on the double doors. This B site has been compromised, and it's Emet to try to get anything back before the reinforcements get here. JL on the other end of the bomb site. Emet's gonna have an isolated duel, but he better clear the corner. And it's not the corner. In fact, FlameZ catches him off, standing in the open space instead. Luckily, and JL gets his one.
How are you supposed to know Ropz gonna be coming here just loitering outside, hanging out, minding his own business? JL looks like he's watching for this flank. If he comes through with this clear, my goodness, nice try.
Right, the clear attempts are good. The damage done. This is 3 wounded members of Vitality, but damage doesn't mean much.
This was all of Na'Vi. We're 1 second behind at every moment.
So they're going to leave a bunch of forces up inside of the lobby, maybe because they're ready for Na'Vi to try something like they did in that last round. Little climb up here from JL as the utility trickles out through the doorway. Oh, it's a bit awkward, but he still brings one down. It's Emet inside of main that lets it go for a second, and then a fast flurry of kills out from Mezzi. Man is on a tear with a triple kill up on this upper site.
Oh yeah, man like Mezzi, that's insane. All 3 openers. Everyone else gets pushed back, but can just be left downstairs. Apex, he was just a bait the entire time. You guys like Mezzi, right? Who doesn't like Mezzi? Ropz with a lick of damage.
Fast jump over from FlameZ. Again, pistols for the majority, but there's still these lethal M4s out there on the field. Now making contact with one in hell. Fast climb up into the A site.
And they all came to look for Ropz.
Hello.
It's just always in the last place you look.
Map like Nuke is just I mean, it's a playground for a guy like Ropz.
Oh yeah, all the ladders, man. It's just a H&S map for him.
He gets to show off his movement on top of his lurks. If you have to play against Ropz on Nuke, I'm sure you just constantly feel like somebody's breathing down your neck. And that is the case.
Yeah, it's funny because in his career, you know, everyone can look at Ropz now and look at Ropz on FaZe and then look at Ropz on Mouse before and go, okay, well, obviously he was really good. Okay.
Owned. As he, a little bit of bloodlust, maybe too much, but that's some damage that Vitality are gonna have to stomach. Luckily, they do come into this site from multiple angles. Bomb will get picked up. All seems to be good, barring a bit headshots that could open up heaven and the chance of a retake. No kit to play with. Hands busy on Apex. Is Bit truly gonna take a swing at this 1 versus 3? He's cut it down to 2 players. But the smoke inside of main, which is where he chooses to come in from, really gonna play with the timing. And again, emphasis, no kit.
Yeah, he has to hope someone's not watching this, and he is gonna make an effort to do so, but they are. Just eyes forward on that smoke, very smart for Apex. But what I was gonna say is retroactively look back on Ropz' career, and it's very clear, like he's one of the most important players.
But it's all about this Austin major.
Right.
Or there will forever be a smudge on this season. Move up from Secret, perhaps? Yeah. Emek gonna clip the wings of Apex. Ramp challenge for Bit to have to handle. He is very much alone. And the pack of Vitality players are gonna get through him before he can truly retreat down into the helping hands of Emek, who has done this silently.
Yeah, ZywOo's actually coming back around to the lobby, which is not what you normally see in this position. He might try to get into Secret or something like that, but here he's coming in basically late to Squeaky. JL is waiting for him. No way. Does ZywOo clear this?
Yes, of course. ZywOo clears everything.
This actually opens up a way back up if they want to go.
Emek's making a move, though. Shadow advantage for only a second. And then that single defender towards door at 45 seconds is hoping that the commitment and the bomb comes towards him.
They're in the Goldilocks zone. They can make any decision to make it work, and they take downstairs at the same time.
I mean, talk about comfort zone. You just hit that big pause button. You wait a second, you let ZywOo find a chance, some sort of a thread to pull on, and then the pressure of losing your piece inside of lobby, you see what it does. Forces Emek into what was 2Ts waiting for him.
It's a chain reaction, right? I can't believe ZywOo finds that option because normally that guy would come late Secret, cover it, catch a mini player rotating down the long way, whatever. Instead he goes back to lobby and hard clears JL, who's pushed in. That's just beautiful gameplay out of ZywOo. Absolutely amazing.
Maui Snake highlighted AlexiB's struggles on this map specifically, and we've gotten more of it. 2 and 6. Critical position outside every single round. Bit nearly finding the timing to get the better of a duel, but it's only 20 damage. Luckily for the Navi side, you've got Wonderful's op position downstairs early. No pressure on the vents, really allowed for that one to happen.
And they're gonna see the bomb.
So it's all about a recovery here in round number 8, and that bomb just gets scooped right back up.
Yeah.
But still a challenge for Flames. You got a Garage player tucked really deep in there and so many others ready to go for the swing. You know, this is Navi kind of frothing at a chance to win a round to get the CT side back in control. And with 5 players still standing versus only ZywOo. I mean, guys, it's only ZywOo. This one should be Navi's 3rd. Don't you dare.
Says no to the upgrade. 40 seconds left.
Little swagger from ZywOo. I'm here for it. Can he piece together anything else? 35 seconds on the clock.
Obviously, they're still worried about it.
A-site very occupied. To break through Alexi's angle and then into JL is a tall order, but a second kill right there for the taking. JL's gonna save him. Alexi a sitting duck, but he makes a great distraction.
Throw a couple back for Navi. That's a solid round. Oh. Okay.
5 terrorist round wins in a row for Vitality comes to an abrupt halt, but that doesn't mean it's gonna get any easier for the rest of the half.
Oh, dance.
Wonderful, just trying to dodge these bullets, gets away with it at half health. Exposed almost on main, but Flamesy's got the coverage from up above. AlexiB is crossing paths and he doesn't know it. Suddenly,
knife out.
Somebody's gonna find themselves back turned, and there it is. Apex with the element of surprise as the outer yard falls to Vitality's favor again. JL is desperate to get into the action, and while he peels one off of lobby, there is spam coming through main. JL gonna turn back to that duel, and it's gonna set up a Mezzi situation to perfection. So frantically trying to get into these rounds, but Vitality slapping them left and right.
Yeah, and that was the conductor right there of the orchestra. I don't know if an upper hit will be easier to stop or not, but that's what's coming. Here it comes.
Fire to deal with, uncomfortable for JL. Beautiful damage here from FlameZ. It's Ropz to finish it up. ZywOo right behind him. And again, it is just a scrambling Navi. You know, there's so many different looks from Vitality, and their hits come in so suddenly, playing with time, tempo, and direction. And every single piece of this Vitality formula is coming to fruition in this quarterfinals now, having a field day on their map pick of Nuke.
A man had a pre-aim on the save up the stairs. Can't even leave on his watch. Vitality threw so many things at them because they had this great economic advantage, which they continue to have.
We're gonna have to start to see some acts of desperation. There's one flash through, but the flash goes into the other room of lobby. Mezzi and Ropz able to hold this back, keeping Navi at bay despite the continuous aggression. There we go. You want it, you gotta fight for it. And Navi will do exactly that in the dying few rounds of this CT side. The second attempt of MP9 aggression breaks through. Bit takes to the rooftop. And of course, Vitality leaning as far back as need be.
Yeah, he's sitting in spawn. Is he gonna read another, like, super long timing?
Unbelievable.
He's got the push outside.
His hands are off his keyboard. He has one hand on it. And that's why it gets away for a second. All too easy for ZywOo.
This round is very much alive. You know, you would never expect to find someone in that spot. And now they can create a connection into Squeaky. The map's opened up a lot. The CTs will be guessing. They're looking to go hip to hip on this. And instantly, control is brought back to the T side.
Just gonna mosey their way into the open A site. Navi trying to make moves to stay close. AlexiB could be the hero of this one. Never mind, it's wonderful. And it's ZywOo to a clutch. Wipes his forehead and knows the work's about to begin. To push this one over the line, they start to emerge, and AlexiB's gonna best him. You want it, Navi, fight for it. Those MP9s put Vitality on a back foot, and at the very least, it's 4 rounds of a CT side.
Great deagle shot in from Wonderful. He made it look easy, but if he didn't hit that one, probably isn't gonna get the kill.
Would give you that extra sliver of confidence for what will be a difficult T side ahead. Winning the op duel is ZywOo.
He does it all, man.
But AlexiB has slipped into a very curious position. He decides to execute Apex, looking to capitalize here, but he is stuck in, and they will not let him go for free, and there's no support in this situation. AlexiB goes full commitment with nobody else nearby. Next up's gonna be Ema. Hopes to blindside. ZywOo will do exactly that.
Oh, that's nice, but they know they're weak somewhere else. There's only 3 players on the map, so secret push immediately. Ema runs away from it.
This constant back and forth, this tug of war that's going down in his last couple rounds.
Oh, Vitality reading the rotation so well. There's players outside, one downstairs. It's just JL. We saw the sign up for him. JL hasn't gotten in the series yet. It's time to shine.
Here's his chance. He swings in as they line up. And that's one of those shots that just could have been so much more. Fast reaction out of Ropz to drop him back sight. And they're still kind of considering the potential for Vitality to have dropped. Bit sat there for a second, pressed against the wall. Now bomb planted front side sight. They're trying to hunt down the points of contact. Ema's gonna catch a back turn to him. Another clutch moment here for Vitality. But Navi are going to grasp at straws. Somehow, someway, building a foundation to build off of.
If you're a Navi fan, get loud.
And stay that way. Frag and a Molotov for Alexi. Apex ready to answer to anything that he sees coming. This is a well-stacked ramp room at the moment. You got Mezzi and Ropz on a crossfire, and just because of the presence there, just because of that util that bounds out of Vitality, they're gone. What's the backup plan here for Navi? Because we do have Wonderful downstairs. Maybe Wonderful's position can catch them off guard, but obviously at this point with the timing.
And with the double ramp setup, they got 2 down already.
So Mezzi just leans back. He's gonna give him a little space so that they can take that step out, and then as they do. He's gonna try to pluck them off the bomb site. Missed shots out of Ropz reopens the possibility of a NAVI pistol.
They gotta take this one by the horns. Bomb's getting planted. How are you gonna 2v3?
Beretta's over towards single, gets the retake going. ZywOo won't miss his shots. ZywOo won't miss a moment to shut down NAVI early.
That end, no one from Vitality are trying to cross any lines here.
They're just simply not giving NAVI what they're looking for. And then eventually at 45 seconds, ZywOo sets up Apex. A blind Imez not gonna get anything going outer, and then a desperate 4-player ramp hit meets ZywOo.
ZywOo has been straight up prescient about every piece of routing, every timing here. 21 frags, most beautiful scoreline on the server across the series so far. ZywOo, he's the one. It looks like they're just trying to disarm and weaken upstairs. Ima looks like he's actually successfully done that.
Gonna burn up the floor though, and
yeah.
It's a well-timed main hit here from Bit, so pressure onto ZywOo, 21 and 8. And so as they trickle into the bomb site, he's gonna go down to nothing. It's Flamesy to try to catch him. Another vent player inbound, tons of damage by Ropz. Ooh, it's not pretty from Apex, but Ropz there to stop it, to slow it down. A Eagle that denies him anything else. But has he done enough damage to set up Apex? Only 18 health here for the IGL. First one basically free. And a quick move by JL with bomb to head downstairs. But what that does is splits up NAVI. Apex gonna get caught off by Emet lingering. The first gun round from NAVI's T side, and it works.
That was one of the messiest rounds we've seen in the major.
They pull it off again. Looks like Vitality gonna get a little more active. Flamesy wasn't ready for that. JL just spawns in the walls. So off man disadvantage now, Vitality. That elusive 11th round. Consecutive rounds.
Oh, we might be gaming if NAVI can pick this one up too.
This is what they're looking for.
Looks like the actions come in the way of Leilu here on the ramp, 21 and 9.
Yeah, it looks like he's just gonna miss the timing, huh?
Does he ever really miss the timing?
No, he doesn't. That's what we just kind of talked about back on map 1. And as he oversteps, that first player in AlexiB getting past his expectations, we get the scramble out of what's left of Vitality. Emet gonna hear that first player run. Ropz trying to get down into the B site. Emet wants to secure A, and now they've both gone down the vents. 15 seconds. Oh, and he comes back up. That is unbelievable. That is Mezzi to suddenly throw a wrench in the works of NAVI. They thought this A site was under wraps, but instead now you've got Mezzi and Ropz both here side by side to work with. JL gets off of the bomb site, and in doing so, he's gonna leave Alexi on his own for at least a little while. Vitality turn around, and it's damage done, but 5 health for JL is enough. Mezzi, do you have this in you? Taps the bomb to try to frazzle them, and AlexiB's got to come take a look. He will find it. NAVI recover regardless of a crazy move up vent. Alexi may have had outside, but for now it's kind of an Apex who's been pulled in different directions. He's going to try to get away with a similar position, and he's going to hear this stomping going down, but if he thinks there's only 1 or 2 players, he's about to find a rude awakening. At least Wonderful from behind is able to catch it. Apex brings Bit with him.
But watch the CT activity now, because that was 3 players confirmed outside. It wasn't just one crossing.
Very close to Alexi, just misses the timing. But that could open a window for Ropz.
Yeah, but yeah, he's missed this and feels like he has some
finds it.
information. Oh, that's a big punish.
More concerned about up top. Now suddenly ZywOo won't have that support. He's gonna get compromised. Mezzi turns, and he's gonna at least kill the Heaven player.
The molly's bad.
Vent, the jump up denied. Not this time, not twice, not again. NAVI 1 round shy.
Let's go, NAVI.
Keeps himself tucked in.
Played the spots once before, but it's supported by the Raptors player.
A little bit of shoulder, sets it up. It's a Ropz casualty trying to push from ramp. Flamesy, though, will give Vitality a glimmer of hope on this one.
Don't let it be an eco.
Imez looking to wrap around ZywOo. ZywOo's ready. They have effectively won these rounds until now. Maybe 50 seconds for NAVI to still recover.
It looks like he knows the game plan entirely. He's running outside.
It's an AK for ZywOo. He's going to move that rifle, and as he's in transition, it is going to yet again have to be those pistols from within this A site. It is a good amount of ramp control as well for Vitality. JL is trying to slip up, and as he does, Flamesy's going to collect it. Not like this. Not with Heartbreak. Again, Alexi into the action, but they've not gotten this player off top hut. They're going to find them on both sides. The AK-47 still out there in the mix. And Apex on the lurk. Blocked by fire. Bomb goes down. They have evened this out, but Wonderful is barely alive. 1 point of health. With AlexiB on the backside. Does he have them nervous? Can AlexiB keep them scared?
He got ZywOo in the back.
I don't think so.
Oh. They pulled it off.
A costly mistake. Not gonna find him trying to test you around the sides of main. He is in the open floor of Garage with that op not too far off. Wonderful does not get a chance to clip him, but he's gonna have to cover main. And he lets the contact happen. His gun is empty. He forgot to reload after the spray. No way you just let that happen. Apex, this round is all about a recovery now, and instead he is a sitting duck. Critical error at an important juncture in this second half.
Ropz looking for lurks. He's actually in a spot to catch ramp off. JL, does he hard clear this?
He's not looking the right way, and his barrel's full exposed.
It's the perfect move. It's a gift here. Apex, that mistake.
And he may have gotten the 1 kill, but he knew he let a second player cross. And in doing so, tries to change position, gives himself up to Wonderful, gives Outer over to NAVI.
Yeah, well, this totally makes up for that last round. Absolutely. Defends against map point. Wonderful to take out ZywOo. 1 player left here in Mezzi. A chance for NAVI once again. Felt like it was over for a second. Apex just missed them coming through the smoke on the side of Mini as well. If no one crosses, he's got full vision of it. ZywOo's now making the rotate downstairs.
Emas sitting and wait. This is forced NAVI down. ZywOo's trying to scramble for some sort of positioning. In some way, he has to cut them off. Bomb is going to approach site from the other side. ZywOo goes down with nothing. Thomas here in Ropz' hand to at least get the trade back onto Bit. It's vent control for FlameZ. Instantly bests Ema, and on the hunt between the lurkers. Mezzi looking to lock horns with JL, trying to get this road down to the B site. Both of these players will eventually be needed. At the moment, it is Apex with the kit.
Oh, he tricked him.
Mezzi gets it up, 4v2, cut back by 1. You want to clutch Wonderful, now's your time. A highlight reel moment, but a missed shot does not bode well. The no-scope does. And if he had hit that one in the backside, it's a desperate defuse from Apex. Instead, Vitality take 12.
Another great round call on the setup. Apex.
Mezzi turning into the MVP of this match at the moment.
Fast cross for him again.
Stepping up to help ZywOo, who's propped them up with so many frags. We're going towards ramp here. NAVI on the brink of an elimination.
Apex running for this to help out Ropz. Does he need any help?
Ropz is dead instantly by Bit. The headshot crisp. Worried about somebody else in these corners. There's nobody home towards ramp. FlameZ with an angle over from single. But this whole pack of NAVI players on the approach. Ena gets caught.
He got it. First bullet.
Good on him to at least reopen the single door control for the side of NAVI. Bit of spam comes out from Mezzi. Gonna have to make this happen with a man disadvantage.
Look at the money, though.
Do they save?
Yeah, I don't even think they want to go for this.
Do we go round 24?
We go round 24, folks. Incredible here for NAVI. Great shot from Bit to take out Ropz like that. The late ramp rotations that have come in before. This is preemptive. They've got him in such a good spot.
FlameZ trying again. Ropz on trophy. They're gonna try to time it so that they both attack at the same time. JL thinking about going for the swing.
It's so hard to coordinate.
Right, who's gonna go first? Oh, with a nade. JL is lucky to be standing as he almost got toppled with the nade out.
They're killing the clock. 35 seconds now. NAVI have to make a choice.
FlameZ's in the same corner he's played in the past. Wonderful's right here in hut. Meanwhile, 8th floor falls. NAVI get the entry. Mezzi, backside. The anchor. Vitality's king. He sits here as Bit responds. The headshot hunter only gets the 2. And so now it is on Ema. And with 15 seconds, he's got to somehow grab that bomb. We've got low health on Mezzi. And they end it right here, right now. The NAVI Nation crumbles. Vitality one step closer to the crown jewel.